Going on, guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Orlando, Florida is where we're going today in today's story, and it's about an Orlando pastor's wife who was viciously beaten at 85 years old by this man right here this past Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, the person you see up here is Ronald Davis, a repeat violent offender from Orlando, Florida, who was recently released from prison in June from a 15-year sentence and for robbery and battery charges. And what does he do when he gets out at 55 years old? Goes and does it again, but this time to this 85-year-old woman who's not pictured, but that's the crime scene. Make it make sense. We talk about this all the time. You never know when the devil will knock on your door or sometimes kick it in. Take a look at this story. We're going to come back and talk about it because the situation is just really bad. And you'll see it in these videos. Take a look.
Here in Orange County, an elderly woman is in critical condition tonight after Orlando police say that a man broke into her home and attacked her. West 2's tonight, Gabriel spoke with neighbors and tells us how this man, Ronald Davis, was recently released from prison.
55-year-old Ronald Davis is once again behind bars, this time accused of breaking into an elderly woman's home and attacking her. Orlando police say she's in critical condition.
We just pray that she come out of this.
Officers were called to the home invasion on Caribbean Court Friday afternoon. They say the victim's husband found his wife in their garage, brutally beaten inside their car, pressing on the horn for help.
And she's a wonderful lady. She's a pastor's wife, and he's a wonderful pastor. And you come home finding his wife in that situation. I can't even begin to imagine what she had gone through.
Neighbors tell West 2 the victim and her husband serve with a local church and love giving back to their community.
They are like light beacons of this neighborhood, and I never thought that's what happened. It breaks my heart.
For an individual to come home where you feel safe, to be blindsided and for them to happen, I mean, it's insane.
Some families on vacation were staying at an Airbnb just a few houses down from the crime scene.
We don't have like the same level of crime in Canada where I live, so it's a bit nerve-wracking, but you know, we're all together.
When police found Davis, they say he was sleeping inside a shed on another property just a few miles away from the victim's home.
There was a guy on the loose, and we weren't told nothing. We could have been more aware. We got wives, children. You know, it's a new place for us, and I thought the officers should have been more forthcoming.
Investigators say Davis was just released from prison last June after serving a 15-year sentence for robbery and burglary with assault and battery.
I think we need to be smart about what we do with our former inmates and how we track them, because this keeps occurring, and it's upsetting.
Among several charges, Davis is facing home invasion robbery with a weapon and aggravated battery on a person over 65 with great bodily harm. Covering Orange County in Orlando, Sanaika Rodriguez, West 2 News.
Now in a coma after she was attacked during a home invasion. This morning, the suspect is behind bars, and we're learning new details about how police were able to make an arrest. The attack happened Friday in a neighborhood off of Caribbean Court. That's just north of I-4 and east of First Baptist Church of Orlando. News 6's Mark Lehman joins us live from that church. And Mark, what are detectives saying about the man accused of doing this?
Well, they say he was recently released from prison after serving a 15-year sentence on robbery and battery charges. According to the arrest report in this case, police were able to track down the suspect because he actually dropped his wallet at the scene. Those here at First Baptist, meanwhile, are praying for the victim, who's in critical condition.
When I walked in this morning, it would only be natural for me to walk over to Lucy Pat, who sat right over there. That seat is empty.
Moments of song and prayers at First Baptist Church of Orlando as one of their own is fighting for her life. Lucy Pat Curl, the wife of a pastor at the church, was attacked Friday morning when a man broke into her home on Caribbean Court.
Can we just take a few moments, and certainly we're praying for Lucy Pat.
Orlando police arresting her accused attacker, 55-year-old Ronald Davis, and releasing new details on the investigation. According to detectives, Davis knocked on Curl's door pretending to be a community service officer. When asked for ID, police say he showed her a driver's license and forced his way inside, attacking her with a candy jar until she was unconscious.
It's just caught us a complete surprise. There's the wonderful Christian people, and they are like light beacons of this neighborhood.
Neighbors saying they were deeply disturbed to learn about what happened. They're also praying for a miracle. Curl was placed in a medically induced coma. Doctors saying that due to her age, they won't be able to do surgery for the swelling on her brain. Now, also in this report, we've learned homicide detectives are leading the investigation because they fear the victim may die from her injuries. For now, Davis faces home invasion and aggravated battery charges, and he's next scheduled to appear in court on Friday. We're now reporting live in Orlando. Mark Lehman, Getting Results, News 6.
That's fucking shameful. Shameful. I could only imagine the reaction of that man coming home and finding his wife bludgeoned, bloodied, and in the car, honking the horn, waiting for help to come, and she don't know how long she's going to last and remain conscious after being brutally beaten with a candy dish in her own house by a fucktard that shouldn't have been there in the first place. Told you, there are human beings out here that hunt other human beings. Opportunity presents itself. They will kill you over a little bit of nothing. Said he went to jail for 15 years for robbery and battery charges. So he did this before. Now he's charged with home invasion and aggravated battery. Ain't been out since June. June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. 8 months, and this is what he does. No self-reflection, no trying to get yourself right. And that's the thing, we got a lot of repeat offenders out here that love doing devilishment. Whose fault is that? Who do you blame for that? When your ass get locked up again for doing the same stupid shit you shouldn't have did in the first place. It's hard out here. I couldn't find no job. They found this dumbass sleeping in a part of a house down the street. Left his dumbass wallet at the scene. That's how they knew it was him. Now I don't know what he took, but it said he was charged with robbery. So he took something. But think about that. 55 years old. 85 years old. You know she was frail at 85 years old. And he could overtake her, and he did. Beat her until she was unconscious and then rummaged the place. This woman had to wake up, bewildered, and crawl to the car so she could honk the horn for help. Now they saying her brain swelled so much they put her in a coma to see if she can heal on her own because she's too old to get surgery and she can't take the anesthesia. How do you think that father feels? I mean, that husband feels. How do you think their children feel? This is his helpmeet. His confidant in life, his life partner. And for some frivolous act of aggression, for over nothing, her life hangs in the balance. Homicide detectives are already working the case because they don't think she's going to live. You don't think they told that to the man? He's sitting up in the hospital right now praying for all he's worth, looking at his wife messed up in a coma. I'm sure they had plans this week. Sure they had plans for the weekend. But none of that is going to come to fruition now because some fucking random piece of shit came down the street and thought it was his right to rob. And he chose these people to do it. It's fucked up. You beat somebody because you could overtake them over nothing. Then after the arduous battle, you went and laid down in somebody else's fucking shit because you felt you was privileged to that too. I'll just sleep out here up in the shed. I'll just lay in the shed. Won't nobody see me. You like a fucking troll under a bridge. Predators. You know it's him. You perp walked into that car. You should have perp walked into the behind the courthouse and blew his fucking face off and turned him into mulch. Stupid shit. He's still eating. This woman got to be fed through a tube. He'll wake up tomorrow where she might not. Huh? What's fair? Where's the justice? I saw another thing. These are godly folk. God bless them. I would like to look him in his eye and say, I forgive you. Fuck that. Not me. Not me. And that's the thing. A lot of people, religion is here, and like a lot of people, it serves a purpose for. You know what I'm saying? And it brings peace and balance in some people's lives. But I mean, there's also another type of balance, supreme balance. You do dirt, you get dirt. And this motherfucker need to be 6 feet under. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. This ain't gonna stop until we make it stop as a country. I tell you guys to arm yourself in your house, because you never know. The next time you touch that doorknob, it may be your last. And I'm not trying to spread hysteria. We just talking about what's out here. It's a damn shame you can't even find comfort and solace in your own damn house, because you never know what kind of nutcase is going to knock on your door. It's like nowadays, everybody can live a horror movie if the dice roll is in the favor of the person that's preying on you. Yeah. Here's another reason why I'd blow hamburger meat out the back of his fucking head. You knocked on this lady's door under the premise of being a what? Community service officer. She asked you for ID, and your community service to her was to tear up the community even further. For that, the penalty be death. Get him the fuck out of here. And those that are like this, thanks for listening.